That's what I'll stay.
All right. Thank you, Harrison. So we got life totals on the table. Thank you to the players for that.
We'll play a Misty Rainforest.
A mull to 5 for Harrison, a mull to 6 for Shane. 5 for Harrison, 6 for Shane. Misty Rainforest passed the turn. Lush Portico. Start the game for Shane.
Cool. Lush is that's green.
So Harrison, I don't know if Harrison's been on stream recently. I can't remember. But Harrison kind of has a funny history on 90s MTG. I was in Seattle. This is, I believe, 2022. I was in Seattle, recorded some matches for 90s MTG at Mock's boarding house. And Harrison was there playing 8-cast and played against a deck that nobody had seen before. Some people had, but very few people had seen before. Creative Technique. The deck that hasn't been seen for a while now. But the Creative Technique deck, and Harrison played an epic match on stream against Creative Technique, and me and the chat were trying to figure out what this deck even does, and the match is one of the most watched matches on our YouTube channel, because I guess when the Creative Technique deck got a little popular, people were watching, trying to figure out what the heck is going on with this deck. So now Harrison's in New York, and we're watching Harrison on stream once again. So a little bit of 90s MTG history there. Nadu surveilled into the yard with Meticulous Archive. I don't know how interesting that story was, but I think it's interesting. 90s MTG is somewhat global, I guess. All right, Brainstorm.
1, 2, 3, 3.
Really? That's lovely.
So if you head over to our YouTube channel, long story short, there's an 8-cast versus Creative Technique match with Harrison over in Seattle, which is kind of fun. I just like that we're connecting with people all over the world. I think that's fun.
I'm going to put those back.
You can still, what's it called?
And all past the turn.
Yeah.
And it was a match against the creator of the Creative Technique deck. Okay, so we're going to end that story for now. Mox Diamond, okay.
1, 2.
Mr. Arch with a great question. Eternal Weekend for you this year, Chris. I'm thinking about it, but probably not. Is everybody else going? Who's going? Maze of Ith discarded. Wasteland on the Meticulous Archive.
Wow. Pass the turn.
Ooh, no land drop. So that Wasteland was amazing.
Play my stack. Cool. Discard Dark Depths. Yep. That on the stack. Of course, Dark.
Ooh, Crucible of Worlds. After discarding Dark Depths to a Mox Diamond, Harrison will scoop it up. We're going to game 2.
Actually, all my rituals are in the grave.
It's better to pay 1.
I think it's still.
Schmidt says, I'm heading out with the Buffalo, New York squad if you need a hotel room. All right, fair enough.
I honestly don't know what's going
on. Yeah, I'll get this.
All right, one card on the bottom for Shane. Reject. Thank you for the resub with Prime. 2 months. That's a new badge. Appreciate it. Urza's Saga is the turn 1 play for Harrison this time.
For the last 2 days.
This Urza Saga could potentially find Shuko when it ticks up to Chapter 3. We'll see if Shane has another strong start.
I will pass. Turn Edict. No, all my edicts are gone.
As most of you watching this channel are aware at this point, if you've been hanging out with us, land's not the best against fast-ish combo. Just doesn't really have a lot of great ways to interact in an early game. So Breakfast, probably the favored deck here, I would say. But as we saw in game 1, things can go Shane's way, and it could work out. So turn 1 Savannah. Exploration into Wasteland could be nice.
It's nice. You could have kept it, Dave.
Techno.
Or Mox Diamond into Sphere of Resistance, something like that.
It's a little wonky. Then I was like,
Yep.
are those things? Or like, are
Yeah,
those
I'm dead.
corners?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, what was I going to drop to that? It goes like command. Oh my god. One draw away. One draw away. Alright, well.
Okay, expedition map.
And that was still. Drop. Yeah. Go to 2.
Urza Saga will take up to 2. Flooded Strand.
I will pass turn.
Alrighty.
That's a nice sig.
Thank you. Working on my collection here.
But I'm not even bringing it against you. It's like everything I have is a it's like actually the whole thing.
Shane trying to figure out the follow-up. Windswept Heath. Urza Saga can't make any constructs, but that's not probably why it's there. We're going to look for Shuko, which is a combo piece. Windswept Heath gets cracked.
Banking on blocking that too.
Forest.
My deck is sick.
Thanks, man. That's right.
Sure.
Okay, crop rotation resolves. Could be looking for a wasteland here, and that will be what happens. And I assume it's going to blow up the Urza Saga immediately.
In response. Sure. So this is your wastelanding the Zaza?
Yes. So, wasteland.
Yeah. In response, crack this.
Okay, so Wasteland has targeted Urza Saga in response, cracking Flooded Strand. Maybe we're going to see a Wizard Cycle here, or... Wait, does that cost 3? I can't remember.
We're gonna step through.
It is 2. Okay. Second guess myself for a moment there. Step through, getting Wizard Cycled. Going to look for a Wizard. Most likely it will be Void Mage Prodigy. Right, chat?
Yes.
It's in my hand.
Cephalid Illusionist is in hand.
Really love having
I don't like it.
instant speed,
But it is there.
uncounterable D2.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Indeed.
When I first saw this list, I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. And then I started playing. I was like, oh, that's actually insane.
Okay. Yeah, HG pointing out that Step Through has been on the watch list for quite some time. The watch list contains Step Through, Uro, Murktide Regent, Expressive Iteration, and Yorion. No, Frog isn't on the watch list, no.
Alright.
Pass the turn to you. Draw.
Mr. Art says, can you elaborate on what we're still waiting to see from Murktide before we take action? So Murktide, as all of you know, has a 53% win rate and is in 16% of decks. So, whatever. I made the mistake of looking at the MTG Legacy Reddit earlier today and saw people talking about, like, there were 2 events with, like, 50 players or whatever that had, like, multiple frogs in the top 8 and people were freaking out. It's just all not for me, folks.
Hand.
It does.
Kind of wasteland.
It's just, like, perpetual freak out and rage. Reject says Frog is beyond fair, doesn't need to be on the watch list. Magic Ad says who has the spreadsheets and are they updated? Magic Ads, I promise you the spreadsheets are completely up to date and they're being watched very closely. Here's a wasteland.
That I'm looking for.
The sign foil Wasteland is so sick. Probably my prized Magic possession. No, my friend runs lands, and his Tabby and Beta Savannah are his.
Yeah, the watch list is password protected, and the spreadsheets are too.
This will trigger 2. Let's go to combat. Swing for 3.
Oh, sorry.
Ancient Tomb.
Yeah.
All right, there's Wasteland. Gonna try and hit Saga. We're gonna make a construct. It's something.
Card. Connie. It's in there.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier on today's stream a mashup of Psychotog and Shadow Mage Infiltrator, 2 beloved cards, is just too much. It's just too much for me.
We'll pass the turn. Okay. How about that? Cool.
And I didn't want it in my format.
That time the mind trick worked. Card.
All right, so that's a construct token on the board.
Vasuva copying Ancient Tomb.
Cliff.
And pass the turn.
What's that? Yeah. Draw. Do I want I will go to combat and swing for 1.
All right, the sad 1/1 construct attacks. Constructs smaller than 2/2 are just considered sad.
Saga? Yeah.
I don't know what you could be getting out of this side. Shadow Spear?
Yeah.
How perfect. How many cards in hand?
5 cards in Shane's hand, so that could potentially be holding interaction for Harrison's combos. Hi, Zero with a question. Then this is a legitimate question. Will Frog be legal in January 2025? So there is a ban announcement in December. That might make for a fun prediction poll, actually, just for fun. Will Psychic Frog be legal in Legacy January 2025? Yes or no? We'll give Twitch chat a minute to make predictions, and we'll see what happens. Oh, crap. I did the wrong thing. Hold on. I didn't want to do a prediction poll. I wanted to do a poll. Where's the... shoot. Yeah, I got to do it all over again. Will Psychic Frog be legal in Legacy in January 2025? Yes or no? All right, Hedge Maze is found with a fetch. It's going to surveil.
I was like, the last time I played against another Saga deck, I was completely zoned out. And then they're like, so you're...
Dupla making a great point. Remember Bowmasters is on the watch list? Yeah. Bowmasters is how many Bowmasters were in the top 8 of the MTGO thing? I don't know.
Hedge Maze trigger? Yep.
What does the new card do? Oh, yeah, that seems busted. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's weird. Oh, yeah, they probably should have tested that better, yeah. All right. Nice catching up with you.
Is it ETB trigger? For the, it's not technically technically ATB trigger, but or just when it comes into effectively, it's a replacement effect. So it's. Can I read it? Yeah, go for it. I think the Oracle text is actually not the same as what it says on there, but it either comes into play or you. Is it one of those like as it comes into play? Yeah, as it comes into play, you have to discard it, or else it goes to the graveyard. It's like a what's it called?
All right. Will Psychic Frog be legal in Legacy January 2025? Poll is live in the chat. People are voting. Not sure why you'd want to rig that poll, but you can.
Has to be a stage.
Good.
They choke.
There is choke. That is quite disruptive right there.
Yeah, choke results. All right, then I'll pass. Cool. Untap. That's not enough. Yes, you're right. No worries.
So choke is on the board. Just a basic planes. Just a 1/1 construct. This game not going too badly for Shane.
Been a lot of fun. We're gonna do it again. All right. Later is aside. It ain't broke. Actually,
Yeah, -1. Yep.
oh god, that was such a punt. If you want to play a different lane, you can play it.
Good.
You now have knowledge. I'm gonna play a Tundra. Tap.
Okay, Tundra and Serenity. Okay. Okay.
That's during your upkeep, right?
Huh?
That's on your upkeep?
Yes.
Sure. Okay. I don't love that.
All right, that Serenity is not going to be too bad. It'll blow up Choke and Mox Diamond on upkeep.
Oh, this is Reclaimer.
Sure.
Pass.
Cool. I don't untap.
Right.
This untaps. Then he skips one.
Okay, Serenity will pop, blowing up Choke, Mox Diamond, the construct, and itself.
Off the turn. Oh wait, and then I
You can.
will
No, because it's just the first two.
play.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I forgot that was the second spell you played.
No, it's that I couldn't use the ancient two.
Right. But right.
Okay, now we see why that Urza Saga as the land drop was a punt that Harrison corrected. Vexing Bauble, okay. It's fine. We saw Vexing Bauble against lands on an earlier match on today's stream, and it just doesn't seem very useful against lands.
Wasteland.
Seems like a card you can side out in this matchup, but I'm not a player of Breakfast or land, so there may be something I'm missing. Please let me know if there is.
Untap.
So with Choke cleared, the islands will untap. Let's see if Harrison can combo. Yeah, Vexing Bauble does stop Dread Return and Cabal Therapy. Swords on the Reclaimer.
Sure, I will, in response, activate it.
Cool.
So even if you had like a flash creature, it's still amazing.
Activating Reclaimer in response to a Swords, finding Urza Saga.
That's good. And I think that's the only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does react to Endurance and stops Mox Diamond, but as someone in the chat just pointed out, it also stops your own Dread Return and Cabal Therapy flashbacks, so you can't even combo.
Yeah, I think you had it's a very sound game plan of the holding up with Hard Bridge and just trying to plus card for the.
At least not that way.
It just so happened. They found
Land
Sage
for
you
turn.
exactly that turn to blow up.
I mean, on that turn, wait, what turn is this? Yeah, to play nomads.
Yeah.
And then I will tap.
Yeah, you can sack it, yeah, but then you open up the endurance back again, you know. All right, so Cephalid Illusionist and Nomads and Core combo happening here.
So if you had upturn,
If I just got the lattice,
There you go. Try to turns
then
there.
you probably just would have wasted the Asian two.
yeah, definitely. Which is still a good play.
There's Cabal Therapy. Uh-oh. What's the card next to Cabal Therapy? Is that Dread Return, another version? Narcomoeba enters.
At this point, I'm gonna crack Vexing Ball.
Okay, Vexing Bauble gets cracked.
And then I will cast Cabal Therapy, sacking Narcomoeba.
I will mind if I look over here?
Huh?
Mind if I look at this?
Oh, sorry, I gotta take these.
Oh yeah, take them out. Cool. Take out the Vexing Balls. So you said?
No, the side.
Oh, the Karn pieces.
card pieces.
Okay, so Shane has seen enough. We were going to game 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep this one.
The Croc is nuts.
Let's skip this.
Wasteland.
Ready?
I'm ready.
I need double colorless.
Cool. Yep.
Okay, Lush Portico, Serval. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of Vexing Bauble in Breakfast based on what we've seen so far. Especially not against lands. Like if you want to have Vexing Bauble and like bring it in against, I don't know, Storm or something, okay, that's fine. Here's Nomads and Core. Okay, Sylvan Library.
Game 2.
Okay, here's Cephalid Illusionist. Fist bump. That ends the game. That is it. Shane had nothing. GG's, I guess. Wow. Okay.